Hey there, I'm Giga, and this is the Life in Lockdown Challenge. And we're halfway through the lockdown version of the themes. It's day 4, and today's theme is sleep. Oh, and by the way, if you want to know the rest of the themes right now, there's a description of the whole challenge in the description box right below the like button, and on my Instagram. Also, if you haven't yet, go check out the previous 3 episodes of this challenge and subscribe so you don't miss out the next ones. But let's get started. Sleep. If you have spent any time with me in person, you probably know that I'm the world's greatest sleeper. Possibly second only to Nobita from the Doraemon cartoon. He would jump to bed and fall asleep in midair. I haven't tried it, but other than that, I sleep anywhere, at any time, in any conditions. Funny story, when I was a kid, I once fell asleep at my brother's drum show. There were like 30 people on stage playing different drums, and little Daniel was just adding to the concert with his snoring. But other weird places I slept include, but are not limited to, a bunch of nightclubs and bars, while watching like 80% of movies, and in the mountains, in between my friends' vans while freezing outside. What's the weirdest place you've slept? Like the bus? The subway, maybe? Oh, and talking about public transportation. Last time I was in Berlin, in 2020 last year, in those couple of months before COVID, it was my last night. I had a flight back to Portugal in the morning the next day, so I decided to go get some drinks with some friends, since I wouldn't be able to see them again for a while. We go to this cool concert in a bar in Kreuzberg, and then go to a different bar where my buddy's girlfriend was DJing, and then a few hours pass, a few drinks, a few dance moves, and it's time to go home. I looked at my public transportation options and I decided, let's take the train. It was like 2 stops, I would get home, I could still sleep for a few hours, and then I could calmly figure out my way to the airport. So I walk to the train station, the train comes, I find myself a comfortable seat, and next thing I notice, the sun is rising, and I'm still on the train. So I pull my phone out of my pocket to try and figure out where I am, because I should have been home hours ago. I'm almost out of battery, I open the map, and I have no clue where I am. I zoom out, and I realize that I'm about an hour and a half past Berlin, in the middle of nowhere. Eventually the train stops, I get out, and I just stand there in the platform, waiting for a train to come in the opposite direction. It was freezing cold, since it was the beginning of March in Germany, Berlin, and there was no one else on the platform, which generally is not a good sign. But luckily enough, about an hour later, or at least what felt like an hour to me, a train came, and it was going exactly where I needed to go. So I got home to pick up my stuff, super late to go to the airport, but the friend I was staying with could give me a ride, and I made it to the plane just in time. So the moral of the story is, maybe get a car when you're going home and you don't have the time to take the scenic route, because you might end up taking it anyway, whether you want it or not. And now, back in February 2021, I've been sleeping at home for I don't even know how long. I haven't been late to anything in ages, and I feel a little bit like the girl I'm painting. Just laying inside, looking out the window, and thinking of all of the weird places I'll be sleeping in the future. And with that, I will leave you with the rest of the painting, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!